Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating interpretation of the Quran, drawn from the work of Khalid al-Said Hassan. It asks a pretty fundamental question. Is your relationship with God about what's in your head, or is it about what you actually do in the world? We're going to see how this reading shifts the whole focus from internal states to external, tangible actions. And everything we're about to unpack really revolves around this one single prayer from the Quran. It's a simple but incredibly powerful plea. Please, keep us separate from people who commit injustice. Believe it or not, this prayer is the key that unlocks this entire action-based way of looking at things. So, let's start with the people on the other side of that prayer, the ones who are described as condemned. The Quran says they're the ones who denied our signs. But what does that word, denied, actually mean here? The answer might not be what you think. Okay, so the common idea of denying a verse is basically rejecting it in your mind. But this interpretation we're looking at says, no, that's not it at all. Denial isn't a thought crime, it's an action. For example, you don't deny the verse about an orphan's wealth by saying you disagree with it. You deny it by actually taking that wealth. Your actions, not your thoughts, are the real denial. Now, these deniers are called criminals, and their fate is sealed with this incredible metaphor. It says they won't enter paradise until a thick rope can pass through the eye of a needle. I mean, just picture that. It's impossible, right? And that just goes to show how serious this crime of inaction really is. So, if the condemned are defined by their harmful actions, then what about the saved? This brings us to a really crucial re-examination of one of the most central words in the entire Quran, iman. The term mu'min is so often misunderstood as just an internal state. But if we actually dig into the Arabic root of the word, a completely different and way more active meaning comes to light. So what does it truly mean to be a mu'min? In this framework, iman is not some internal abstract feeling. It's the opposite. It is the external, tangible act of granting safety and security to other people. It's all about what you do for the society and the world around you. And if you follow that logic, then a mu'min isn't defined by their private convictions. They're defined by their public function. They are an agent of security, a source of safety, a guarantor of peace for others. Their identity is literally forged by their positive impact on the world. This whole action-oriented view completely reframes how we understand the path to paradise. It's seen as a direct consequence of what you've done. I mean, the text could not be more clear. Paradise is an inheritance, and it's earned based on what you used to do. The emphasis on action is right there, front and center. You could say that your deeds are the currency of the hereafter. And get this, even divine guidance itself is presented as a result of human action. God sends messengers with the truth. We, as humans, choose to follow that truth. And the very act of choosing to follow is the guidance. It's not some status you're just given. It's a path you actively choose to walk down. Okay, this brings us to a really fascinating case study that kind of ties all these ideas together. It's about a group of people who are on a barrier, or a height, right between paradise and hell. Their story is a powerful lens for this entire interpretation. So, who are these people? Well, the text suggests they're folks who never received a specific divine message. But, and this is the really important part, they are judged on their actions, on whether they live justly based on their own innate sense of right and wrong. They can see both outcomes and they're longing for the good one. This really points to a universal moral standard, judged by actions, that goes way beyond any specific religious label. And here is the crucial link. What is the central prayer of these people, the ones judged solely on their innate goodness? It's the exact same prayer we started with. Their entire identity is defined by their desire to be separate from injustice. This all leads us to the ultimate question, right? If actions are what really matter, what's the one decisive factor that separates those who are saved from those who are condemned? According to this reading, the answer is completely unambiguous. It's injustice, wrongdoing. That is the single unifying reason for being cast out. It is the ultimate transgression because, well, it's the ultimate harmful action. And this injustice isn't just some vague concept. It's a very specific set of destructive behaviors. Actively stopping people from doing good, trying to corrupt systems, acting without any sense of accountability, and, fundamentally, robbing other people of their security. It's the direct opposite of being a grantor of security. Let's look at one final verse through this new lens. The text says anyone who does righteous deeds while being a mu'min will enter paradise. When we swap in our action-based definition, the message becomes crystal clear. Do good and be a grantor of security for others. That's the formula. So the crucial takeaway here is that this interpretation really challenges us to rethink the very foundation of righteousness. It suggests that the ultimate measure of a person might not be what they profess in private, but the security they create in public. It really leaves you with a powerful question to think about.